So this is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by the gentleman, John Hedges. John, how are you?
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Danny. Keeping well, mate. Ticking over Christmas and yeah, enjoying it.
Good. Now, we've been picking out our ones to watch for 2022. I'm sure you'll be glad to know that you're on the list. No pressure.
Buzzing.
No, it's good stuff. And I suppose the best place to start is to kind of review how you feel your 2021 went. All wins, barely lost a round, moved up in weight as well. Just tell us how you sum up your first year as a professional.
Do you know what? First year, it's gone brilliant, to be fair. Obviously, I was at a stable when I first started in Hoddesdon, which was a great team and great coaching stable. But I had my debut. Felt I didn't fulfil my potential in my first fight. Moved to Mark Tibbs' boxing. And I just feel like I've come on level since then. You just sit the improvements really clear to see, like even for myself, which is normally like I'm my worst critic, but I'm looking at my second fight, then looking at my third, then looking at my fourth. And I just think you look at your last performance, and my last performance has definitely been my best by miles. And I'm starting to find my man strength slowly. Obviously, it's going to take its time. I'm still 19, but I know when I get my man strength to its full potential, it's going to be dangerous.
What's been the key to the chemistry with you at that gym and the other fighters around you, and Mark himself, of course, and Jimmy?
Do you know what? It's a privilege to have both of them, Danny. Not many people can say they've had Mark and Jimmy. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I'm very lucky to have both. And the knowledge inside and as well as outside the ring is unbelievable. Like even when we went to Austria, I had not much trouble, but a little bit of trouble weight making. I left it a little bit too late. Mark was on it. He knew exactly. He knew the tricks of the trade. He knew what to do. He knew how to rest. Knew how to recover. And I got in a nice. I meant to do a 4 round. I'd done 6 rounds instead, and they changed it on the day. And it didn't matter because we was ready for anything. Whereas I feel like if you didn't have an as an experienced coach, I would have panicked and things like that. But he kept me calm. Everything went right. Got the win. Didn't lose a round. Move on. So yeah, it's really good down there, and they treat you like a family. We've got similar ways. They're London people. Where I come from as well, we're not far from London. Do you know what I mean? We've got the same ways, and it's nice to be able to have that tough mentality where it's like, it's no pansy stuff. It's you shut up and get on with it. Do you know what I mean?
And what about the relationship with Matchroom and DAZN as well? Because it seems like you're growing as an attraction as well as a fighter. Yeah,
definitely. Matchroom, I hate to say it because it sounds real cringy, and maybe one day I don't end up staying with them. But they're like a family down there. Especially like Darren Barker and Chris Lloyd. They look after you. They're 2 great commentators, and they make sure you feel welcome when you're in the bubble or when you're in their venues. And Eddie himself is very. Oh, sorry, Danny.
It's just Eddie calling you, telling you to watch what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And Eddie himself is very, very welcoming. So like, I can't ask no better than them. They're spot on. So yeah, real privileged.
And what about the move from Sky Sports to DAZN? That obviously happened in the middle of this year. Has that affected you in any way?
No, like to be honest with you, a lot of the old school preferred being on Sky, and the fact that they knew what Sky Sports was, and DAZN, they've not really opened their mind up to knowing what DAZN was turning into. But I think a lot of the new generation coming through are like, DAZN's going to be massive. It's really going to be that big, and it's obviously the platform where you want to be on and you want to fulfill your potential on, because you got more eyes on you, in my opinion. Like you're going abroad, you're going to America. And it should be good.
Tell us a bit about the decision to move up in weight and what that's done for you. What changes you've noticed already?
Do you know what? Like, I don't know how I made it middle, Dan. It was ridiculous.
None of us do.
Everyone said it, and I thought I knew best. Like, but I made championship weight in my debut, and it was a shocking move, really, because my body had nothing left in it. But I tried it. I'd done my best. I'd done it properly, as you say. I didn't come in over. I come on the weight. And it didn't suit me, and I've put on this weight going to light heavy, and I still have to make a major cut down to it. But it's where I should be, if you know what I mean. At my age, I'm not big enough for cruiser. I've got the height. I'm not a man enough for cruiser yet, but I'm a strong, tall, massive light heavy. So I feel like I'm going to make my career at this weight division before having to move up when I'm a bit older.
And you were a bit of a puncher in the amateurs. We haven't seen much of that yet as a pro. Do you think with the move up in weight that will come in time?
Yeah, definitely. Like in the amateurs, when people said I was a puncher, I used to always give counts of 8s. But remember, a count of 8 in the amateurs is just a clean shot. Yeah. Where I'm a rangy fighter, they always walked onto something clean. And so, like I say, most of my wins always had a count of 8. So everyone took it, bloody hell, big puncher. But it's not the same as a pro game. They're tough men. They're tough journeymen. even when they're not journeymen, they're men at the end of the day. They've got their man strength and they can take a shot and they can ride a shot. So I'm hoping by the time I start developing now, I've been doing a lot of S&C over Christmas, putting on a bit of weight, getting a bit stronger. So I'm hoping next year you're going to see a few more stoppages, especially starting early. So I should be out early next year.
Now, a lot of people, when they talk about your gym, they talk about the Romford Ball, Johnny Fisher, a good friend of yours, of course. And I know you were saying before about ticket sales can be a bit difficult because he's from the same area. Is there a positive side to it as well, in that it's taken some of the pressure off you if a lot of the focus is on him?
Yeah, definitely. I said it from the start, and I always said it like, I want him to go. He's 3 years older than me, so I want him to go lead the way. Do you know what I mean? I want him to lead the way for our stable, lead the way for Essex, take the attention as much as he can, kind of thing. And I want to be on these shirt tails. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just be getting my experience underneath him. It'd be lovely for him to box for a world title one day and me be on the undercard. And then by the time he's coming to the end, there's me pushing through with my world title. So there's enough age difference that we're never going to jump on each other's toes. And by the time I'm developed, he's going to be at the highest of his game, and I'm going to probably be, please God, like British level. So it's we're in a good position. We get on. That's the main thing. Me and Johnny, we both train hard. He's a real good person to train next to, and yeah, I can't praise him up enough because he's probably got me switched on.
What can we expect from you in 2022? What do you expect from yourself?
Very busy. I've got fight news dropping very soon on a massive card. It's probably my biggest one yet, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, just very busy, and just as long as I'm injury free, Dan, I'd fight literally every week. I'm game to fight every week. I said to my management this year, I said, this year I've got my confidence there now. I'm just going to be as active as possible. I want to box regular. I want to live in the gym. I don't need no breaks after fights. I just want to keep going, let it keep rolling, and get as much experience as I can this year.
And you mentioned management there. You're obviously with S-Jam. Sam Jones moved on to Pro Bellum earlier this year. How was that, if at all, affected you?
Joe, what Sam I owe a lot to, in the fact that when I first signed with S-Jam, he got me the exposure I needed for the big deals, and he got me out there. So I thank you very much for that. And listen, he's moved on in his career, and he's obviously better in himself in his career as we are trying to do the same. And he's young, so his dream is going to be a promoter, and he's in the best place possible because they're going to get him the opportunity. So he's doing well, but we've still got Shane Watson and Adam Morrell on our team, and Stam still stays close to home in the fact that he's still a good mate, and he's always there for a bit of advice if we ever need it. So yeah, do you know what I mean? He's cracking on, so it's good. And Shane and Adam's always been high up in the management, in our management spectrum anyway, and Shane's now taken Sam's place, and Shane's doing a great job as well.
There's a lot of good quality UK light heavyweights at the moment knocking on the door of the world scene. Who do you kind of look at? I know you're nowhere near that level yet, but who do you look at as the leading figure in Britain at the moment in your division?
Do you know what? Not many people are going to say, but I like Callum Smith, only because I've got a lot of the same attributes to him. He's just moved up to light heavy, and I think he takes out the division personally. I think he's a world level operator at super middle, but he was always a light heavy anyway. Although he was making super middle, he could have boxed at light heavy the whole career. And I think him against the likes of Yard, the likes of Arthur, you'll see the cut above what he is. You'll see the jump from British to world level. So yeah, he's my favourite. But mate, what a division to be in! Like I'm just hoping some of them start retiring by the time I'm up there. Do you know what I mean?
You've got age on your side. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Just before I let you go, we ask you this every time, but as it is the ones to keep an eye on for 2022, tell people out there how they can keep an eye on your socials.
Instagram, John Hedges 1, Twitter, John Hedges _, Facebook, John J Hedges. Everything goes on all three of them. So yeah, zoom in, get in contact, and we've got ticket sales hopefully soon, because I've got a massive fight at the start of this year. Well,
I look forward to hearing about that, and we'll catch up again early in the new year.
Cheers, Danny. Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Always appreciate it. Take care.